You think you know why the Dodgers abandoned Brooklyn. You heard it was about a new stadium. You heard it was greed. But the real story is a hidden political war that most fans have never been told. Most people believe Walter O'Malley is the villain here. They say he sold out the borough for California gold, but a secret file reveals he was actually pushed out by a man with far more power than him. To understand this theft, we must look at the unseen forces. We need to expose the backroom deals and the broken handshakes. This is the story of how a city lost its soul to a ruthless power play. This isn't just a story about a baseball team moving west. It is a lesson on how absolute power works in the dark. It reveals how one unelected official could overrule the will of millions of people. The year was 1957, and Ebbets Field was slowly dying. The old park was small, cramped, and rotting away. It had no parking for the cars that fans were now driving, choking the team's future growth. O'Malley knew he needed a new home to survive the shift. He did not want to leave the borough of Brooklyn. He had a bold vision for a geodesic dome at the corner of Flatbush and Atlantic Avenues. It was a perfect spot for a modern sports cathedral. It was right next to the Long Island Railroad hub. It would have kept the Dodgers in the heart of the borough and revitalized the entire area. But O'Malley had a massive problem standing in his way. He needed land that he did not own to build it, and to get that land, he needed the help of the most powerful man in the history of New York. That man was Robert Moses, the city's master builder. Moses controlled every bridge, tunnel, and park project. He did not care about baseball. He cared about concrete, cars, and total urban control. Moses viewed O'Malley not as a partner, but a nuisance. He hated the idea of a stadium in downtown Brooklyn. He believed it would create too much traffic and interfere with his own urban plans. O'Malley went to Moses with his plans for the dome. He explained how it would save the team and the city. He offered to pay for the stadium himself if the city would just help him assemble the land. Moses looked at the plans and coldly rejected them. He did not want a private stadium in the heart of town. He wanted a public stadium in Queens, at a park he built, controlled, and profited from. He told O'Malley to forget the Flatbush location entirely. He said the city would never use eminent domain there. He said it was Flushing Meadows in Queens, or the Dodgers would have nowhere to play. This was the first major crack in the dam for Brooklyn. O'Malley felt backed into a corner by the state. He realized Moses would never let him build his dream home where the fans actually lived. Moses had the power to condemn land for public use. He had done it for highways and housing projects. But he refused to do it for the Dodgers, because it did not fit his personal vision of the city. O'Malley was a proud and stubborn business tycoon. He refused to be a tenant in a Moses-owned park. He wanted to own his stadium, control the revenue, and secure his family's financial future. So O'Malley started to look for leverage elsewhere. He looked west to a rapidly growing metropolis. Los Angeles was desperate for a major team to put them on the map and prove they were a real city. The officials in Los Angeles made a very bold offer. They promised free land at a place called Chavez Ravine. It was a rugged hill overlooking the city, perfect for a massive modern baseball stadium. But O'Malley was not ready to leave New York just yet. He used the LA offer as a bluff to scare Moses. He hoped the threat of leaving would force the city to grant him the land he needed in Brooklyn. It was a high-stakes game of poker with the city's heart. O'Malley bet the future of the team on this move. He thought the political fallout of losing the Dodgers would force Moses to finally cave. But Robert Moses was a man who never blinked in a fight. He called O'Malley's bluff in the public press. He painted O'Malley as a greedy trader who was abandoning his loyal fans for a quick buck. The press turned on O'Malley almost immediately. They called him a villain and a traitor to the city. They did not see the invisible hand of Moses pushing him out the door with every rejected proposal. Moses had a secret weapon he knew he could use. He knew O'Malley needed another team to move to. The National League would not let just one team move to the West Coast due to high travel costs. A single team on the coast would fail financially. The travel costs for the other clubs were too high. The schedule would be a nightmare if teams had to fly across the country for just one series. So O'Malley needed a partner in this secret crime. He looked at the New York Giants and Horace Stoneham. The Giants were playing in the rotting polo grounds and losing money faster than the Dodgers. O'Malley met with Stoneham in a quiet, private room. Stoneham was desperate and planning to move to Minnesota. O'Malley told him to think bigger and look at the untapped market of San Francisco. He told him they could move west together as rivals. They would own the entire West Coast baseball market. It was a deal that would save both franchises and change the sport of baseball forever. This was the key to the secret deal that killed it. Without the Giants moving, the Dodgers had to stay. Moses knew this math, but he did not think O'Malley could convince Stoneham to take the leap. The vote came down in May of 1957 at the meetings. The National League owners voted on the request. They voted unanimously to allow the move, but only if both teams went to California together. The news hit Brooklyn like a nuclear bomb going off. The fans could not believe it was actually true. Their beloved bums were packing up and moving to the other side of the world for a new stadium. The final game at Ebbets Field was a funeral service. The organ played the blues for the crying fans. The crowd sat in stunned silence, watching the end of an era play out on the dirt in front of them. But the fight was not quite over for the city leaders. Mayor Wagner tried to broker a last-minute peace. He called O'Malley and Moses into a room to find a compromise that could save the team. He begged them to find a solution for the borough, but the egos in the room were too big to fit. Moses refused to budge on the site, offering only Queens, while O'Malley demanded downtown Brooklyn. Moses said it was Flushing Meadows or nothing at all. He wanted the Dodgers to be tenants in his park. O'Malley refused to pay rent to the man who had blocked his dream, ending the talks for good. The meeting ended with no deal and no hope left. O'Malley walked out of the room in the city. He knew then that the die was cast, and Brooklyn was now just a part of his past, not his future. He signed the final papers with Los Angeles officials. He got the land at Chavez Ravine for free. He also got the mineral rights and the oil rights under the stadium, a massive financial windfall. It was the deal of a lifetime for a business owner. He traded a dying park for a massive empire. He traded a borough that loved him for a city that would make him the richest owner in sports. The move happened in the cold winter of 1958. The trucks packed up the gear and the history. They took the uniforms, the bats, and the soul of the Brooklyn Dodgers to the sunny hills of California. Ebbets Field stood empty and silent for 3 years. It was a ghost town in the middle of Flatbush. The wrecking ball finally came in 1960 to knock it all down and erase the memory of the team. The demolition was a tragic sight for the locals. Fans wept as the walls crumbled to the ground. They painted the wrecking ball white to look like a baseball for the final crushing blow to the park. The site is now a large apartment housing complex. There is a small plaque on the brick wall. It is the only sign that Jackie Robinson once stole home on that dirt and changed the world right there. The Dodgers thrived in their new Los Angeles home. They won a World Series very quickly there. They drew millions of fans to the beautiful new stadium on the hill, validating O'Malley's choice. But Brooklyn never truly recovered from the loss. The hole in the city was deep and painful. It lost its cultural identity when the team left for the gold and sunshine of the West Coast market. This is not just ancient history for sports fans. This pattern happens right now in your city. Team owners still hold cities hostage for new stadiums and tax breaks, using the same threats. Look at the Oakland A's leaving for Las Vegas now. They are leaving their loyal fans behind. They are chasing public money in the desert, just like O'Malley chased the land deal in Los Angeles. The playbook is exactly the same as it was then. They claim the old park is bad and unsafe. They demand a new one paid for by the public, or they threaten to leave town for a better offer. The politicians play the same game of fear today. They fear losing the team on their watch. They sign bad deals that hurt the taxpayers to save their own jobs and avoid the anger of the fans. The public always pays the price for these deals. We pay for the stadiums that they own. We pay the high ticket prices to watch the teams we helped build with our own tax dollars and support. The economic data on stadiums is very clear now. Stadiums do not boost city economies much. They move money around, but they rarely create the new wealth for the people that the owners promise. Yet we keep falling for the trick every single time. We let our hearts rule our heads on this. We love our team so much we let the owners rob us blind just to keep the jersey in our town. Robert Moses taught them the lesson of power. He showed that the public will can be broken. He proved that a strong man with a plan can overrule the desires of millions if he controls the land. O'Malley taught them the lesson of business. He showed that loyalty is a weakness in sports. He showed that a business must chase the profit no matter the cost to the people who loved them first. The secret deal was not technically a crime. It was just brutal, cold capitalism at work. It was the logic of the market applied to the game we love, stripping away the romance for revenue. We want to believe in the myth of the game. We want to believe it is about community. But the Dodgers left because baseball is an industry, not a charity, and profit always comes before people. The heartbreak of 1957 lives on in the borough. You can still hear it in the old bars. Old men in Brooklyn still curse the name of Walter O'Malley and spit when they hear the name of the Dodgers. They tell the story to their grandkids today. They say he stole the team in the night. They say he broke the heart of the city for a few extra dollars, leaving a scar that never healed. But now you know the full, complex truth of it. It was not just one man's greed at work. It was a system of power that failed the people it was meant to serve, driven by two massive egos. It was a clash of two titans in a small room. O'Malley versus Robert Moses for the city. The fans were just collateral damage in their war for control over who would build the future of New York. So what can we really learn from this tragedy? We must see the game clearly for what it is. We must watch the owners as closely as we watch the players on the field to protect our own interests. We must demand more from our elected leaders. We must not let them sell us out for free. We must protect our communities from the whims of the rich and powerful who treat cities like game boards. The next time a team threatens to leave your city, Remember the story of the Brooklyn Dodgers. Remember the empty lot where Ebbets Field once stood proud and the silence that followed the move. Ask who is really benefiting from the new deal. Is it the fans or the wealthy owners? Is it the city or the power brokers making deals in the dark while the public pays the bill for the stadium? The story of the Dodgers is a warning to us all. It tells us to be vigilant and skeptical. It tells us that the things we love can be taken away in a flash if we do not fight for them. Do not take your team for granted for a second. Do not trust the handshake deal of an owner. The business of sports is ruthless, and it does not care about your love, only your money and your vote. The secret deal is no longer a secret to you. We have pulled back the curtain on the past. We have seen the gears of power grinding up the dreams of fans to build empires of concrete and cash. We must keep this history alive for the future. We must tell it to the next generation. We must ensure that the betrayal of Brooklyn is never forgotten, so that we do not let it happen again. The ghosts of Ebbets Field are watching us now. They want us to know the truth of the deal. They want us to learn how the game is really played off the field so we can win the next battle. This is the end of the inning for this story. The lights are going out on the field now. But the lesson of the Dodgers will stay with us as long as we watch the game and cheer for our teams. We have walked through the history step by step. We have seen the cause and effect of power. We have traced the lines of influence from New York to Los Angeles and seen the cost of the move. Now it is up to you to decide the final verdict. Was O'Malley a villain or a victim of Moses? Was Moses a builder or a destroyer of the city's spirit? The answer defines how you see the world. The answer is in the gray areas of the history. It is in the nuance of the secret deal. It is in the meetings that shape the world we live in today, in the stadiums we sit in on Sundays. Thank you for watching this hidden history. We hope it opened your eyes to the truth. We hope it made you think about the true cost of the games we play and the loyalty we give to businesses. This channel digs for the truth in every story. We find the stories they hide from you. We bring you the history that the textbooks leave out of the pages to keep you compliant and quiet. If you want more stories like this one today, you know what you need to do right now. You need to join our community of truth seekers and history lovers who want to know how the world works. We have so many more secrets to share with you. We have tales of power, greed, and money. We have the stories that explain why the world is the way it is and who is pulling the strings above. Don't let the history fade away into silence. Help us keep the past alive and relevant. Help us shine a light on the dark corners of our shared history and expose the deals that shape us. Hype this video in the comments section below. Tell us what you think about O'Malley. Like and subscribe to the channel so you never miss a secret we reveal, and help us grow this channel. The story of the Dodgers is just the beginning. We are just scratching the surface here. Stay tuned for the next investigation into the hidden deals that stole our history and sold our future. The game is over, but the truth is just starting. We will see you in the next video soon. Until then, keep your eyes open and question everything you're told about the heroes and villains